So Angel Reese is officially out of Unrivaled. She will not be playing this year, and that is not a good thing for the league. Like, Angel Reese is no question about it, because or the biggest name in Unrivaled season one, because you could argue whatever you want about Sabrina. Sabrina, I called the Phantom Team Cancun. She did not care. She was there half the games. Whereas Angel Reese, in fairness, other than the first maybe 3 to 4 games where she really struggled, she was exceptional. Like, Angel Reese had a really, really good Unrivaled. Like, she made an all Unrivaled team, and deservedly made an all Unrivaled team, by the way. Like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that she wasn't really good. Especially at the end of it, like, she just has this weird ability to get into her opponent's heads and bring them into, like, drag them into a dogfight, which she's the best at. Like, she is actually the best at it. And she's able to, when it comes to Fee, she's able to make the opponent's big want to go at her, which is what exactly you want as a player like Angel Reese. Like, it's one of those things where she's actually, especially in a 3-on-3 setting, where it's a lot of one-on-one, it's a lot of you versus me, she's actually really effing good in that scenario. I thought she would have done really well in the 1v1 competition. And she's not in the league. Especially as someone who is the biggest star in the league. Who is the biggest star. And not being in the league it's going to hurt the league. It's absolutely going to hurt everything about Unrivaled, because you had a player who embodied it all. Like, she cared. She actually cared last year. She was shit talking players. Her team won, albeit she wasn't there when they won. She was like a player that you wanted to watch playing Unrivaled, and it was not necessarily is her game the most exciting thing in the world, but it's not. But like, she's someone that's able to, and this has nothing to do with, people are like, oh, she's kind of living off Caitlin Clark, but like, she's someone who's able to pretty much attach her name to players as a rival, even players she is maybe not as good as, maybe she's more popular than all these players, but like, she's able to make herself a rival for Fee, a rival for AT, a rival for a lot of these big players. And she gives as good as she gets. She gives as good as she gets in a lot of scenarios. And even though I wouldn't consider herself on their level, her competitiveness means on any given game, she can outplay them. Like, she can absolutely, on any given game, she can outplay the best player on her opposing teams. And there's something to be said for that. There's something to be said for that in a lot of ways. But she's just not going to be there. And Unrivaled are going to have to like lean on the star power of Fee. I mean, I get it. Like I think Fee is a big player, but like, I'm not going to go in my way to watch Fee play. I think Paige Bueckers is someone who absolutely is going to be the star of this league. But like, we saw from the Wings games last year, Paige isn't a needle mover in terms of viewership, and really even in terms of a rivalry. Like, Angel versus Paige were the games where I felt like were not only non-Caitlin games people cared about watching her play, and that was mostly because of this number 5. But yeah, I think it's not a great look for Unrivaled, especially because it's going to cost them a bit of money to get. It's going to cost them quite a bit of money to get Malonga out of her Fenner deal. I know they don't need to do that, but like surely if she's going to tear up a contract that was pre-organized, I'm working off the assumption that that was reorganized, that was organized already before she tore up that contract. If it isn't, Malonga is probably playing for free essentially in Unrivaled this year, which wouldn't actually be the worst thing in the world. Play for free 1 year, and then later on, in a couple of years, like you'll make way more money because you bought yourself out of a pretty rough deal. Pretty rough deal. So, yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that, you know, Angel Reese is somebody that is going to change everything in Unrivaled? And look, even if it is watching to, I'm not even gonna say to hate watch, but watching out of like not really caring about her winning and watching to see her it is hate watching. Even if it is hate watching, you're still gonna hate watch Angel Reese. No one's gonna hate watch Paige because Paige is good. Like Paige is legit. And so is Angel Reese, but like there's the lowlights for Angel Reese. And there's at least rivalries. Like on any given game, Angel Reese could out duel Fee and come off the court doing the hootie hoo. And then on the next game, Fee could get hers back on Angel Reese and like go at Angel and after the game, and it would be something that people are going to talk about. Like I don't even know what stories there can be out of Unrivaled now. Like even Dejanay, who her and Satu basically had to fight each other in the 1v1 last year. Like even Dejanay isn't there. Like there's just I don't see like the ball 3v3 is a gimmick ball. It's actually gimmick ball. There's barely any basketball involved, real basketball involved in that. So now we've got gimmick ball with a load of the biggest names, or not even just all the biggest names, a load of the names that will create I'm not even gonna say controversy, but some sort of rivalry and give us an actual reason to watch, aren't even in the league this year. So I'm like, it's gonna be so hard to get into Unrivaled. It really is, because most of the biggest names aren't playing basketball right now. They're just not playing. So yeah, it's a tough one. It's genuinely a tough one for people that are watching that league, because let's be real. The hierarchy of women's basketball in terms of names, it is first Caitlin, second Angel, third you probably are putting Breanna purely because of her shoes. Fourth, Aja. No, she's, again, maybe the GOAT, but obviously her shoes as well. But like Breanna has the most popular shoe, one of the most popular shoes on the market. So she's a massive name because of that. But yeah, so you've got all of that. And then you've got now the biggest name in Unrivaled is Paige. I mean, I don't know. Like, are we gonna go out of our way to watch Paige? Like, I probably will because it's my job. Like, who's the next biggest name in the league? Lexi Hull, Aaliyah Boston. They don't even have Sophie Cunningham. They don't even have. If they had Sophie Cunningham, who's a bigger name than most of the people. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. She's not playing. I'll see you guys.